Hey everyone, it's Karen Hansford here. I'm glad you could join me today. I'm all about helping you take control of your financial power while you create a lifestyle that you love with more abundance, enjoyment and adventure. If you'd like to know more about what I do, you can go across to hansfordcall.com and have a listen to a video that I've made there, and you can then find out more by filling in the application form, and I can have a brief chat with you. So that's hansfordcall.com. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is the secrets of my job, or J.O.B. Now I'm not there. So just before we get started, if you could hit the like button, just so know I'm coming through loud and clear, or put yes into the comments, just so I know that you can all hear me really well. So the secrets of my job now I'm not there. Well, I'm not in a traditional J.O.B. or job any longer. I decided that I'd like to do something a little bit different with my life. So the secrets to why I'm not there, if I was having lunch with a friend the other day, and we're just doing some reflecting on when I was in my job and what that was like, and what were some of the things that made me change my mind and step out into something new. So at the time, I guess, there was lots of stress around my job. There seemed to be a lot of times I had to please the managers and leaders, and sometimes my work colleagues as well. And that comes with a high stressed environment. Sometimes when you work with people, they have different levels of commitment, so you may feel as though you're working harder than someone else, but they're still reaping the same rewards of what you are. So that was one of my things, was like, I'm putting all this effort in for no real reward, just going in and out every day and not feeling like there was a great lot of work satisfaction. So that was one of my things, and now I'm not there, being in my own business. I found that I can reap my own rewards depending on what effort I put in. I can reap those rewards for myself. And the other thing I thought about too was that if I have a bad day, I can just sack myself, and then the next day I just get up and reinstate myself. So that's something you can't do in a job. If you're having a bad day, or you're not pleasing the managers or the leaders with your job, that's something you need to rectify within yourself and sort out what's going on. Whereas with yourself, you can sack yourself today and reinstate yourself tomorrow, but still you need to think about your own mindset and how you're going about doing your things in your own job. But you can be more creative and reinvent different things for yourself, how you want that to go. So that was just one sort of reflection I had back on being in the job versus being in my business today. So, and the other thing is, you have more control over your environment. So today, for instance, I'm out on my veranda where I have a beautiful view of the mountains, and it's just the fresh air, and being able to move myself around. Sometimes I go down and sit in a coffee shop, or I go to to the beach for the day and just sit there and do my work, depending on what I've got on for the day. And there's no one there to tell me you can't do that, you can't go to the beach, or you can't sit on your veranda, or you have to sit in your office, or you need to get these 10 things done. I make my own list, I make my own decisions, and the only one I've got to argue with is myself. And sometimes that can be quite interesting within my own business. So just think about the environment that you're in with a job, and versus the environment that I'm in, making my own decisions and choices around, you know, where I am for the day and what I'm doing for the day. And so that was another little reflection I had about working in a job versus working in my business. If you know, getting back to that, if you would like to know more about what I do, and you can go over to hansfordcall.com and you can find out a little more about what I do over there. And if you're further interested, you can fill in a form, and that would be great. I'd love to have a brief chat with you about what I do. So, you know, thinking about my job, another reflection on that was my health took a real big turn because I was in a job where I did a lot of fly in, fly out work, and every second week I was away from home, which impacted on my family life. And as I went into this business, one of the reasons is to have more family time. So, you know, I was flying in, flying out, having the stresses, not having the environment I wanted, and, you know, it really impacted on my health. And it took a turn that I wasn't exercising, I wasn't eating the right way, so there was a lot of impact there. And what I find now with my business is, you know, I'm able to make the better choices for myself and have the time to do that, have the time to actually think about, you know, preparing my meals and looking at what I'm eating and exercising and getting out in the fresh air and not having those stresses. And I'm sure with a business there are different stresses, but definitely not the stresses that you have in a job. And that's one of the nice things I like about my business, being able to have the choices, and the choices aren't taken away from you. You definitely have really good choices, a good environment. So I'd really encourage you to think about, you know, your job and how that's impacting you and your health, your environment, your family, and you know, have a good reflection and a think about those things that have not really served you well. And I still reflect on those, and I still look at the things that I could be doing better within my business and for myself as well. So they're my few little tips for today. So if you'd like to know more about what I do, just go across to hansfordcall.com, and I'd love to be in touch with you to see how I may be able to help you further. So you have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.